everyone, and welcome to today's Attract Mode. I'm here with Asuka424.
Hi, how are you?
And, yeah, go ahead. Get started
right.
here.
Yeah, alright. So, hi everybody, welcome to the Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise Randomizer. I have two very intelligent, amazing players that are really good at this game, doing commentary for me, and they can introduce themselves at will.
Hi, I'm Allisele.
Hi, I'm Possum.
Yeah. They are huge pillars of the community, and we can talk about them a little more, and the game in general when we start playing. But, so this is, like I said, it's free. It's a randomizer of the Final Fantasy IV game. We pretty much take the lore, throw it out the window, and we just go fast. This particular flag set, Supermarket Sweep, it's a variant thereof that just poses the situation of what happens if you take the brakes off of a randomizer and you just give access to all the really good goodies really quickly. You get all the free characters, all the super fast gear. What can you do? How fast can you go? It's a great flag set if you've never played Free Enterprise before. It's a great flag set to get involved and just kind of get through your first seed, which is sometimes the hardest seed of all. It's also great for upper tier play where you can really work on optimization skills to squeeze off those extra seconds or two. But a quick synopsis of what we're going to be doing in this particular game. We have to complete Cave Magnus, which is going to be awesome because we're going to get a specialized harp song, which we'll talk about what that is when we get to it. I have to forge an item using two different key items, so you're going to be looking for a legend sword and an adamant rock. I'm going to also be looking for what's called the Baron key, because I have to get access to a very specific boss location in the basement. And the last thing is I have to trade away a rat tail. Just for Enterprise things, for Final Fantasy IV things for the rat tail. But I'm going to need the rat tail, and I'm going to need that hook. So I have a lot of key items I have to look for. But we can, again, chit-chat when we start going. So without further ado, I'm going to do a 3-2-1 go, and then we're going to start the seed. And just like a bandit I always say, we're going to start with our character Rosa in 3, 2, 1, go. So the first thing you get to see is you get two characters to start, you see a boss, and you get a key item. So we have a Rosa here, and we have who I think is Possum's favorite character.
Yeah, a huge Porum fan here. Porum is a great white mage, can do all the great white mage things like cast Berserk and Blink, and definitely have enough HP to survive all the way through the entire game as a great white mage. Go Porum.
That's like me promoting Rydia right now.
Now, you see, I love Porum, unironically, unlike Possum, who thinks she's terrible, because Porum learns exit naturally, and Rosa doesn't. And if you've ever had to walk backwards out of the lunar subterrane for Final Fantasy IV, you really like somebody to know exit.
Yeah, that's definitely saves some time there. Right now I'm buying way too many defense swords because you'll notice things are free. So I can buy whatever the heck I want, which is really great in this situation. You want to say, yeah, you take the brakes off. You don't have to worry about money in this flag set. You don't have to worry about things gated behind really rude bosses. For the most part, you're going to find good stuff, and you're going to find good stuff pretty quickly.
But what about second Porum?
Well, two Porums with a couple of tiaras can cast Twin, and it can be pretty high powered. We're going with that. Yeah. Go double.
So what is Twin? Because if people don't have much knowledge of vanilla Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah, so the Twin command basically would normally, so hello Avengers, that's going to be a cool item to explain in a bit. The Twin command, it basically would be Palom and Porum in the vanilla game, the Mysidian prodigies, if you will, where they would combine their powers and they would cast either Flare or Comet. It's an incredibly powerful skill in flag sets that are not Supermarket Sweep.
Pretty much. Yeah, you saw some really good items. There's some good items I picked up just now. The big one being sirens in case I have to grind. The carrots are always required. That is how I validate a seed. You always need carrots. But yeah, these first
Get your
couple
nutrients, y'all.
Right. First couple minutes, I'm going to be doing a lot of shopping. Surprising, I know, for Supermarket Sweep. The moon veils are really nice and make some bosses completely free, which is great. But I'm pretty much looking for things like elixirs, adamant armor, heroin robes.
So those heroin robes are huge for... those are crystal swords. Heroin robes increase all of the ladies' attack stats, which you're thinking they're white mages. What can they do? Well, you give them a good bow and arrow and a heroin robe, and they go angry, and then they kill things.
Yeah. That Tessel, I use silly names, so that's actually a Cecil. That tells me I need to get to Ordeals at some point in the near future. Because Cecil can use that crystal sword, but not
How many
yet.
crystal swords did you buy?
Enough to trash a few?
I believe the correct answer is 1 to equip and 98 to feed to a chocobo.
Look, Chocobo's hungry, okay?
Crystal Sword is Cecil's best weapon in the game. You get that from defeating Wyvern in the vanilla game up on the Lunar Subterrane. It does wonderful things to... it goes burr. That's all it does, is it goes burr.
It is a very, a very, very, very powerful sword. But, again, can't use it yet because I have a Dark Knight Cecil. And Dark Knights don't like shiny crystal swords. So, yeah, we have to take care of that first. I'm making him into a paladin. And we do that by going through 3 boss fights and a key item check at Mount Ordeals. Which is a cool little mountain we'll check out in a little bit. But first, I'll take some life pots just in case. Like, I like some of the gear I have, but I don't have... Like, I need a bow. So my girls can just wreck. I don't have... I'm still looking for some adamant. I'm still looking for a pass. I'm not quite there yet.
Well, some arrows to go with that bow. Oh, well, there's the adamant armors. Adamant armors are actually probably better than the heroin robes. Those are good. Everybody likes those. Cecil doesn't know how to wear one.
Yeah, can Dark Knight Cecil not wear one?
He cannot.
Well, that sounds like a him problem, personally. Oh, there we go.
He can wear a cursed ring, though.
This is true, which is interesting. But, ooh, hi. So we'll take that, we'll take that. We'll take, yeah, we got moon veils.
I have to applaud you because
the big bombs.
I always buy star veils after buying moon veils. That is so heads up to not clutter your inventory. It is so hard.
Look, I do that well enough as it is in terms of cluttering my inventory without buying them. Okay, I'll do a good job anyway. So yeah, adamant armor pretty much makes everybody super powerful, super resistant to things. And you can see just the stats right there. Lots of defense, lots of magic defense, and just increases to everything. So it makes them pretty indestructible, which is really nice. And what's great is I'm going to put Cecil in the middle as a quote-unquote anchor. Yeah, we'll do that for now. You get a key item. But the thing is, quick thing with the randomizer is, the randomizer, you can change how the game behaves. Here, all of the bosses are, for the most part, going to be in vastly different areas. Hey, it's Possum's favorite check. And that twin harp is required, mind you.
And that twin harp is vanilla.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those situations where, yeah, you have... The key item can be anywhere, like you starting off with the tower key. That's not where you normally get the tower key. Or this party in general. That's not normally what happens. But here we are. We have a random collection of people, and I'm gonna actually go here, see if I can get a good bow. Otherwise, I'm just gonna throw Stardust at everybody. Yeah, you can...
Yeah. One of the things that Asuka just mentioned, the Stardust item, basically does what a Stardust Rod would do, except as a one-time use, and any party member can use it. They're incredibly powerful as they penetrate shields, and will be able to do somewhere between 600 and 800 damage to all targets. They're quite a good item to have in your arsenal. So that is one of the methodologies of going quickly through Supermarket Sweep Seeds, is to not even attack early on, it's just to use items.
It really depends on the characters you get. Like if I would have had an Edge, there's a character named Edge, that would be him just darting all day. But I don't have an Edge, so I kind of have to make do with other things, like the Stardust. Would you say Stardust is probably the best consumable item in terms of attack power? Or would you...
I prefer Gaia Drums because the animation's quicker. That's one of those optimization things, but it doesn't work against Mylon Z and Plague because they float. But otherwise, Stardust is right up there.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Gaia Drums myself, just because it's faster and I like things that go quake. Everybody loves the Deep Ravine.
Oh, jeez. Except when he just doesn't stop talking about it. Let's give you that. Just for the amusement. Right there you saw that I did swap out one of our wonderful characters, one of our wonderful Porums, for the ultimate betrayal in the form of Cain. I have some decent weapons for him. Like, he can do a good amount there. He'll be able to do more damage jumping, but it just takes too long, and I felt like being nice. Oh.
Now, this boss is one of those bosses that if you're gonna see him in this seed, this is where you want to see this turtle.
Yeah, the attack that he's building up for right now does percent damage, or percent health damage based on its current health. So if you're in a spot that has like 30,000 HP, 65,000 HP, that's scary if you're not able to stop that attack. Here though, it's just a baby turtle. So, he's gone. We don't have to deal with him anymore. And we're moving on to the next step of Mountain Reveals. Which can be kind of rude. I'm fully anticipating a Valvalis just for amusement purposes, but...
Magus Sisters would also be great.
Yeah, Dark Elf. I will... Go on.
The thing about Supermarket Sweep is, even if you get a really rude boss at the back attack spot, or the hook route if you have to do a hook route, you know, whatever the rudest thing you can think of is, you are prepared for it. That is the nicest thing about this flag set in particular, is that there is nothing a new player can't overcome by sheer power, and there is nothing that can't be optimized out of this world for an experienced runner like Asuka.
Looks like I hurt ourselves there too much. I just push buttons and I restream. I will say, as much as I hate Plague, for in terms of least favorite boss, I really like Dark Elf because when it makes that transition to its dragon form, it changes from like a magic user to a physical user or a physical fighter in a way. I like that little caveat to it. It's like, oh, this isn't that bad of a boss in this spot, and then all of a sudden it switches to dragon form and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot, you hit hard now. Heck. Rude. Oh.
Now, one other thing about when he switches to that dragon form is he loses what we call the boss bit, which means you can weak him, you can stop him, you can do all sorts of terrible things to him, so that he can't attack you back. and then he dies.
Yeah, there's a few bosses in here, if you will, that don't have that boss bit. That's the first one we've seen where that's the case. There's some what looks like everyday average enemies that just happen to be bosses, even though they're not like special sprited out or kitted out or anything. That key item that Legend Sword I mentioned before we started is in fact a required key item for this particular flag set. And
isn't that also vanilla?
It is.
It is. Not my fault.
The button, the randomizer button, folks.
It's been so long since I've actually played a true playthrough of Final Fantasy proper that anything I remember that is vanilla.
You're just like, oh. Also, quick shout out to that Quad 9 and the Globe 199 there for Cecil. Oh, that CPU chose violence. Probably because I'm using it in the lore for the Pink Puff League. Which, mind you, as I go probably to... I'm probably gonna head to Antlion and then Fabul, fight some bosses, look for some key items, and then we'll probably check on Twin Harp after that. If Ellie, Possum, you want to talk about both what the PPL is for, especially for new players, and the upcoming tournament that y'all are having, that would be awesome.
Okay, I can talk about the PPL a little bit. So the Pink Puff League is a community club that we have that meets every Thursday that is designed for new players. It is run by Asuka, and every week she comes up with a new set of flags that help train and test players on how to do new and exciting things to kind of help give them skills to try harder flag sets, get ready for tournaments, that sort of thing. And they start easy and then they get progressively harder. And at the end of the season, end of our club season, I believe it is 2 runners will graduate from the Pink Puff League.
Yep. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. It's a great way to get involved in the community from both a racing learning standpoint and things like getting involved with restreams and meeting some of these really good players like Allisele, like Possum, in a really cool setting. Oh, he doesn't have anything.
The Pink Puff League is my favorite thing to come around to Free Enterprise since I've been a part of the community just over 2 years now. I wish there would have been something like it when I started. The growth acceleration, the ability to meet new people, meet folks at your level who also want to get better at the game or just want to be part of the community. It's a fantastic place to just go ahead and meet those folks, meet like-minded individuals, and just be part of what we consider one of the best internet communities out there. Free Enterprise is just a wonderful community as a whole. Kind of segueing over to the tournament, there is a tournament coming up. It'll be starting sometime in like a month and a little bit, a month and a half. I don't know the exact dates. I should, but I don't. And it's going to, for the first time, be focusing on boss hunts. So one of the things that Asuka really, really loves is boss hunts. If y'all know Asuka, y'all know she loves her package check more than anything else in this world. And the package check will be something that folks will do. So focusing on bosses for the first time ever as a primary tournament mechanic is really exciting from a viewer perspective and from a player perspective.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the boss hunts, I was like, they're doing it! And it made me happy. Yeah, unfortunately you don't see any boss hunts in this particular flag set, just because I wanted to keep it within a relatively structured time frame. I did want to cut in and say we have our affectionately called mop. It is a fusoya, or I call him Fupa, and this is a quick shout out to PK. You don't really check chests in Supermarket Sweep, but I had to check the card administration chest and get diamond armor. There's also a lot of memes in this randomizer community, and had to give a quick shout out on that one.
There's memes here?
Right?
I was unaware of this.
We meme? What?
I've not seen a single hat yet. I don't know about these memes.
I'm working on it! How about the cure-all, or the all-two, or the all... You get what I'm saying, words.
Asuka literally bought 99 ninja hats. I saw it.
But they're not Gaia hats.
I don't think I've seen Gaia hats. That's part of the problem.
A hat is a hat.
I mean, true. This is very true. But yeah, right now we're I'm low-key not a fan of how mage heavy this group is. A little concerned, but we'll work with it. We still don't have underground access. I don't know if you two noticed that. Actually, do we have exit?
No, but we have treasury access.
We do have. Okay, so yeah, in Supermarket Sweep, you usually don't check treasure chests, or because you just buy everything for free and call it a day. But checking treasury is a meme that we know and love and do sometimes. So I think in honor of us doing this here, I will check the treasury, make a quick stop in the town again, but I will check the treasury in a special kind of way that I think will both satisfy the treasure checkers and the anti-meme people. So if you have the Earth Crystal, you can come down to this basement and you have access to all of these really nice treasure chests. She opens this random door. We go off the map because even in Free Enterprise or Final Fantasy 4 you go off map. These are the chests I can open. But I'm not going to. We're just going to leave.
See, that was a disappointment out of 10.
Probably less disappointment than actually opening the chest, to be completely honest.
Right? Fair.
Yeah, we'd look at it and see what's in the treasury itself, and then we'd give it a X out of 10. Yeah, or you can just, some people will open the door and not even go in. Some people will make the rounds of it. Some people will just ignore it altogether. So 18 from Agitated Chat, 18 Lightbringers out of 10. Because you know that is filled with like adamant armors, crystal swords, crystal rings, everything that you could want. Because you didn't check it. Yes.
Spear.
Oh my god, I hope there's a spear in there. Imagine some people will open exactly one chest, because why not? No meme music out of 10. Yeah, that works. So, what I've actually done, while they were talking about picking out the tournament, is I did something called the back row glitch on Cecil. So he can use the... Oh, wait, no, yeah, I just have to put that... Oh, I hate this glitch. There we go. So he can use a frontline weapon and not lose any damage because he's in the back row. So I have two bosses to fight, two characters potentially pick up. Odin's gonna be interesting. But if you want to talk about one of the many glitches that you can actually use in Free Enterprise, go right ahead.
So, the back row glitch, as we call it, is something where when you put on a ranged item, that's your bow and arrows, that's your harps, that's your whips, for like Rydia, Dwarfax can do it. It sets the back row bit. So you do full damage to the back row from the back row. That bit never gets turned back off after you take that stuff off. So essentially you put on an item that gives you that back row bit, and you take it off, and you do lots of damage from wherever you are.
And recently that was made to... Hi, Edge. Recently was made into a feature that you can turn on and off if you so choose. So if you want to make it a little bit harder for you, you can just turn off back row, and you're going, why am I not doing damage? Oh, I don't have the back row flag, do I? Yeah. Oh, it's Edge. How about that?
Yeah.
But what about third Porum?
No, we can't dart the Porums. We can only dart the defense swords.
This is true. Okay. Well, we will...
How could you?
We will dart the Porum in her own special way. Porum's tired, okay? She had a long night. Just let her rest. Oh, that's funny.
This is Dark Knight Cecil, which,
This is a problem.
this is what happens when you dart Porum. You're punished for it.
Right? Yeah, we're just gonna have to wing this. Let's go, Foo! Let's go, Foo!
Dark Knight Cecil does 3 waves of his dark magic to, and then he gives a speech about justice or something. I don't know. He just talks for a few minutes. If you don't hit him, he will stop hitting you after 3 hits. If you start smacking him, he's going to go as long as you keep smacking him.
Yeah, so I'm actually really glad there that Kane died on that first one. So I was like, oh yeah, I can take him down. And I remembered my party is still pretty weak. So, though, the really nice thing is I did use that time after the third wave to bring back Rosa and Cecil so they can get some MP, or some XP. Kane is on his own, but aside from that...
Look, sometimes we have to betray the betrayer.
Minor crisis. Everything is fine.
Kane is a character that exists, and that's kind of one of the nicer things that we can say about him. He's not Cecil, and he sure as heck can't do white mage or black mage things, so he kind of is in a really rough spot in the randomizer a lot of the time.
I would agree with you on that one.
Unless you give him something like an Abel's Lance.
And then he becomes funny. Alright, so right there...
Someone in chat asked about the Fusoya challenge. So you might notice after every boss we fight, it says that our Fu has learned more spells. We figured out pretty early on in the randomizer that starting with a full-powered Fu is broken and makes things too easy. So we put on a challenge that every boss you defeat, he gets 100 HP and learns 3 more of his spells. And then after some number of bosses, he learns everything. The chocobos were being a little...
They were hiding. I disapprove. So yeah, you can see, so he's getting spells over time.
It's weighted that his more powerful spells should come further down, but sometimes you just get nuke after the first boss. But it's more likely than not that you're not going to see nuke until the last couple of bosses that you fight before he's full powered.
Yeah, and when it'll say Fusoya's at full power, it'll also say when you're at 1900 HP, that's when you know you have everything for Fu. But I think it's about time we did our first objective, and what is so special about this particular objective, which is completing Cave Magnus?
That you can fade it.
You can't fade it here! I think
right.
Xenocat would have words for you today.
That in the randomizer... Oh, go ahead, Al.
Well, they play some nasty music.
In the original game.
But no, we randomize the harp song that Edward plays, which we have hundreds of different harp songs from different video games listed here. You never know what you're going to get, and it's exciting.
And compliments of the wonderful Xenocat. This is a brand new song. Like, this is world exclusive premiere music right here. So, this is when we don't talk. Stay hydrated. I'm drinking caffeinated water because, of course, I am. And enjoy the debut of this wonderful tune from Best Character Edward. Is this what I think it is? It's Asuka's song. I'm so sorry that fight was so quickly. Heck. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. So, Xenocat, she's a very big fan of Xenogears, which, yes. Xenogears is also my favorite game of all time. So, holy heck. Give massive shoutouts to Xenocat in chat for that amazing rendition. This is the obligatory circle the crystal room. Enjoy a little bit more tunes. Heck. That was awesome! Yeah. Yeah, Asuka.exe is about to fail hard right now. Don't mind me. Oh my goodness.
But that is one of our favorite parts of the randomizer, where we get to listen to some new tunes, some different tunes, and chat loves to see if they can figure out what it is. There's been some very obscure things. There's been your very popular, your Marios, your Zeldas, your Final Fantasy VIs.
Yeah. No, that's aside from that last one, I agree. Okay. Oh, best boy. I don't have a spoon for you yet. Heck.
Eat that Edward!
Yeah, send him where Porums are. They can all play together.
The Deep Ravine?
No, not the deep... You know what, never mind. Sure, the Deep Ravine.
Better Deep Ravine than Hades. Sad
True.
to say. And, because for those that love fading, not only is that required, that is doubly required. Potentially triply required. Because I don't know if you saw what key item that was. That was a hook. So, we do... Yeah, I know. Me dismissing Edward's very confusing. I get it. So we need the hook for turning in the rat tail. And we also... That's currently the only one we have underground. We've got... you can either get the hook or the magma key. And I'm going to check here for elixirs and a pass. And become a buckus.
Yeah, another thing that we have turned on for this is the pass, which gives you one-way access to Zeromus. So if you don't have like a, say, darkness crystal, but you're ready to go kill Zeromus and you've got your crystal, yeah, you can go there. You just can't go home.
And that shop was actually really nice. It had both the weapon shop. It had the Excaliburs, which are the second strongest sword for Cecil, but the strongest dart for Edge. So Edge, the character on screen, is going to be doing a lot of damage now with those Excals. I also picked up some Elven bows. I have archers. Oh, I like the sound. I like the look of that. That's free. I'm okay with this. Thank goodness it's not like Evil Wall or something. Otherwise, that Eddie's coming back. But so I do have a little bit more access to or a bit more access to archery, if I so choose. But honestly, with Fu, with Cecil, with Edge now, the archers are just gonna sit there, look pretty, and kind of exist. No, I don't want a second cane. No, thank you.
And from a supermarket sweep perspective as well, Excaliburs absolutely dwarf every other dart, with the exception of the spoon. The spoon being a one-time use, so you generally aren't going to dart it. But Excaliburs have like 175 attack power. The next closest dart only has 109. The best dart that Asuka has found otherwise is 105. So we're talking orders of magnitude of damage difference. Those Excaliburs will turn this into Edge playing Dart Olympics. And yeah, Asuka's just going to be able to tear through things just because of that combination of Edge and Excaliburs. It's a potent combo in this flex.
And I learned something very interesting yesterday, that when you dart something, it loses its element, so you don't lose any damage from darting it at, say, a Mist Dragon that resists light damage.
Right?
Yeah, it's different than I think it's Final Fantasy VI in that regard, which retains the element on the throw, whereas the dart does not retain it in form. So kind of a very interesting stuff, non-continuity things amongst, Final Fantasy games. Who would have thought?
Yeah, go figure. It's a finely crafted video game. So I did actually write there specifically with Edge. That's cute. I took off his really strong swords and put really weak swords on him. And that is pretty much just so I can be actually faster with Edge. The two swords that he had are strong, but they lower his agility, so he can't do as much damage as quickly. Can I? To Edge? Oh no! Edge! Why you do this? That's alright. So it gives us time to explain D-Mist and why D-Mist is a cheeky butt. And why I can't do anything right now.
D-Mist likes to turn into mist. Just like in the vanilla game, if you attack while she's in her mist form, she uses cold mist. It's very annoying, especially in high HP spots, because she hits hard and then you have to wait. And waiting in a race is not great.
Agreed. And especially you saw right there. As soon as mist form ended, it's like, alright. Wham! Now we're good. But here... no, I don't. That's fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. We're gonna prep just in case. Oops, nobody saw that. Nobody saw that accidental Stardust instead of a Moonveil. But Bahamut is a pretty free fight as long as you get characters Starveiled or Moonveiled up within a certain amount of time. Because you notice the countdown that's happening. And when that countdown hits 0, Bahamut is going to Mega Nuke everybody. The King of Summon Monsters, which is totally not a dragon. I just want to make that perfectly clear. Not a dragon. Even though it looks like a dragon. Is going to turn us into fried chicken. Except
chicken.
right? Chicken does sound really good right now. But you saw, as soon as we put the veils up on 4 of our characters, we're just like, nah, you can take that damage. Kane is, well... Kane's just happy
Nobody
to be
cares
here.
about Kane.
Yeah, Kane's just happy to be here. Well, we're teaching Kane how to counter betray. Words are hard. But we have underground access now, which is fantastic. And Fusoya is officially online. Because I saw that nuke.
Nuke is a great spell. It's fast. It comes out very fast. It does a lot of damage. Nothing is immune to nuke.
Shout out to Martin. There we go. Ooh, bag it, nice. Yeah, it's we took that Mega Nuke and Fusoya's like, I'm just gonna be a blue mage now and learn that in my own special way with that wonderful spell. So we have a lot of power now. So the thing is with Super Mario Sweep, it's when the power spikes hit, they aren't like baby spikes. They are boom. Okay, your character has gone from like nothing to everything like this. So you'll see I'll be checking a free key item spot, and then I'm just gonna start tearing through various boss locations. Starting with Tower, personally.
We're going to do what we like to call the Feymarch freebie. Check your free items, because there's nothing worse than your last key item that you need sitting in a chest that you don't have to do anything to get to.
Yep,
Yeah.
check your freebies, check your objectives. 2 of the primary rules, or not rules, but highly suggested things that you might want to consider when playing, especially racing for Enterprise.
That's
and hey,
vanilla.
that's a vanilla and an objective.
That is required. And that gives another key item check. So, yeah, that right there. Now, Possum, in your opinion, would you activate Sheila 1 right now? Or check the rat tail?
I would, because you are closing in on potential go mode. So Sheila 1, the rat tail, I would prioritize that over Dwarf Castle. And as well, you know, this is something that Asuka, being a very good runner of this game, and especially this flag set, you will notice that Asuka checked the freebie there, not the rat tail, checked the item shop, but did not check any other weapon or armor shops. Asuka has reached the point where she knows she does not have to shop for any other equipment. Everything she could want is already there, but items, she knows she's still looking for elixirs and Bacchus wines primarily.
And a pass!
And a pass.
And a pass!
Well, no, the pass is on the moon. The pass is always on the moon.
100%. 100% on the moon. Okay, now let's check down here. Job Dwarf! Who would like to explain our wonderful Job Dwarf?
Well, the Job Dwarf, which I'm guilty of almost never checking. Whoops.
Same.
The Job Dwarf is a fantastic little guy hanging out in the Job Dwarf hut. And there's a list of 300-ish jobs. And the Job Dwarf is a farmer in the vanilla game, but in the randomizer, well, today, an entertainment agent. So lots of little things that are changed. A lot of dev work goes into this to make all these fun little things happen.
And this was actually a suggestion by one of our community members, Rex Raoul, who said, hey, why don't we randomize what sort of job that Job Dwarf has? And yeah, we took it and ran with it.
Yeah. It's just, and if you ever decide to pick up for Enterprise and you just play it for the first time, talk to the NPCs. They all have stuff to say. And there is some, aside from Troya and the anti-Edward propaganda, they have a lot of really funny things to say, and a lot of them are really useful too.
My personal favorite is the lovely lady in Kaipo, who when you talk to her, she says, no, you get out of my way. That is my favorite by far.
I think every character has their, when you talk to them, I think every character has their dialogue changed except for one of the frogs in Troya.
Oh, wow. Heck. Will the frogs say, like, croak? Which is awesome. It's something, Now, here's what's interesting. I am gonna go into a boss fight. Not healing whatsoever. No heals. Don't need it. Why would I go into a boss fight with 4 characters at 1 HP apiece and then a character that is swooned?
Because this is one of the few free heal spots.
Mm-hmm. It's those little types of optimizations where you can either cabin up or use a tent or whatnot and heal, or you realize, oh, they're just going to heal me right here as it is. Alright, works for me. And you just take the heal and you run with it. So you'll see all my characters are now back to full health. That Kane is going to be no longer swooned, and this is a Mylon Z, which is just going to be a one and done.
Mylon Z rolled up to the wrong place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is when, like, you'll see a lot of these bosses are just going to melt. Whether it's the dart, the nuke, the crystal sword, any of that goodness. Hey!
So about that hook rat.
I love this! I love this for us. It was needed, alright? Showing off the hook. I like the hook rat, alright? Shut up! Don't at me!
So, there are 2 ways to get underground. There is the hook and there is the magma key. The magma key is free. You don't have to fight any bosses. The hook, you have to fight 2 bosses. But you do get a character check. Asuka took the harder of the 2 ways. And also, would you like another Excalibur?
Yeah, that was... There's one key item check in here that we call a zonk. It does not give a key item whatsoever. That was the zonk. Oh, man. I'm trying to show off the stuff.
You're doing a good job of it. Well done.
Thanks. I do need to drop the key. If we are showing memes, if you have underground access and like you've gone the hook route and then you get the magma key, you can still turn in the magma key. And you get a very cheeky comment.
This is my favorite dialogue.
I love this. Well, that's gone. Yeah. Oh well. Moving on. Alright, I think I'm gonna go tower and then dwarf. I still have to stop at dwarf no matter what for a shop check because I'm running out of shops to check. Which is a little concerning. But, because yeah, either that pass is gonna be there or I think it's gonna be on the moon. Unless there's a shop I missed somehow, which is possible. But this particular tower, there are 2 boss spots. One that is guarded by, or it's gated by the tower key, and we already have the tower key. Since we need more than 1 key item, I'm going to do just the tower key first. It's on the way, and it's a fairly easy fight. Of course, this is going to be a hilarious, like, Golbez or Alt Gauntlet or something.
Oh, or regular gauntlet because SMS. Also, you're a witch.
You had to say it. You had to say it. Neither one of us cursed that. That was all you.
Yeah, that was me.
Yep.
So, yeah. Hi, friends. Welcome to another meme that we have. Calling what's going to happen in a scene before you see it. With no previous knowledge. And this is not what I wanted to call! But yeah, the gauntlet, it's, this particular boss fight is originally in Fabul Castle, Fabul Defense. And the original Gauntlet is 6 fights of just local riffraff. You take out and everything's fine and dandy. Here, they've been moved, well, into the tower key room, which I hope this is of value. Otherwise I'm gonna be sad. But we have another flag called the Alt Gauntlet flag, which instead of it being the original 6 fights that you see in vanilla, it actually becomes the 5 fights of local enemies. So these would not be the enemies that you would see normally.
Yeah, and specifically with the Alt Gauntlets, it pulls from each encounter table locally, and there's 8 encounters on every encounter table in Final Fantasy IV. It always pulls fights 4 to 8. So if you know all of your gauntlets, it's a huge knowledge check to know all of them. But if you know them, you can actually figure out exactly what you're going to get for every enemy formation at every gauntlet location. So it's very interesting that even though it's kind of a meme, if you will, to have the Alt Gauntlet, you can study it, you can learn, you can see what you can steal from them, you can see what they can drop, and sometimes you'll find enemies that you haven't seen in 30 years.
Yeah.
Like the needle rats?
Yeah, needle rats, tiny, huge toads, tiny mages, all sorts of weird stuff. Larva.
Tofu.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Or the, which, is it Crystal Altar that has that 25,000 HP? Ew.
The Fatal Eye?
Yeah!
Yep, that's Crystal Sword Altar. And it's got 2.
No thanks.
Crystal Sword Altar is probably the second worst place to find the Alt Gauntlet.
Yeah, had one in a race last night at that location. It was fun.
Was it required?
Nope. They gave a crystal sword.
That's one of those. Woo.
The worst vanilla.
Woo, yay, I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Or it's just getting the obligatory the Ogopogo spot check, and it's nothing. You're just like, you know, it would have been nice if this had value, but here we are. Here we are, just existing.
Or even worse, when it's your last location because you've checked everything else, because you really don't want to do the Alt Gauntlet at Ogopogo, which has evil masks. It has the red and blue dragons. It has behemoths. Behemoths are the best part of that Alt Gauntlet.
It has complete sadness. In a summary. Ooh, arm grind, what's up? But, you know, I also just realized I gave him a little bit of heck for this earlier in the day. I believe I have pulled a Commander Leonhardt. I haven't checked Baron. Have I checked Baron in?
I don't know, I just talked here.
We're gonna have to double check that. Ooh, explode! Do damage! Oh no! Do damage the strongest person on my team. So yeah, we're gonna check, we're gonna do this, we're gonna get our 2 key items from Tower of Zot, and then we are going to, there we go. I'll take that.
See, whereas Possum would have said check Sheila, or do Sheila 1, there is nothing that makes me happier than doing the hook route and then immediately doing the tower key check and top of tower. Because then you use a drill-less Enterprise to drill out of the underground.
Yes. I've seen that and it gives me joy. It gives me so much joy.
Yeah, it also saves you from having to swap airships as well, so it is very efficient to do it that way.
It kind of always fascinates me how many little time saves and everything that you can optimize in for Enterprise, and ones like that you don't even just think of ever. Also, shout to PK! Of course it's a monster chest!
Gonna have a crystal sword or a thunderclaw. That'd be hilarious.
I want to have a cabin, personally. I'm hoping for a cabin. That would just be chef's kiss. Crystal Sword, let's move on. I mean,
I really wanted it to be Spear.
oh my god, that would be amazing. 100% here for that too.
So you'll hear us talk about different weapons and armors. Our last tournament, the theme we had was weapons and armors, and each group for our group stage had a different weapon name or armor name. And you had things like Spear and Gaia Hat and Ogre Axe and Zeus Gauntlet.
And Spear.
Yes, and Team Spear.
Weren't you in Spear?
I was in Team Spear.
Nice.
I'm partial to Full Moon because that was my group.
I was it the Tella? Was it Tella though? No, it was Fu that was on vacation. I was Team Fu. I'll take those silkwebs though. So what I'm doing right now is I got the Legend Sword in vanilla. I got the Adamant Rock from Tower Key, and those 2 key items were required to do one of our objectives, which is forge using those 2. So I came down here. I have our 3rd objective done, and now it's a matter of just playing Where's the Bearing Key. While I'm down here, I'm going to be very cheeky and check for a pass, but not do the fights here. I have enough key items where I can get through a little bit quicker. Here I'm looking for the hey! Whew! Crisis averted, y'all!
Not on the moon, disappoint.
Nope, not on the moon. And elixirs too, so that was if you have any sweat emotes in chat, yeah, that definitely is needed right there. Because, I'll be honest, Dwarf Castle is one of my favorite locations to fade. Without question.
Dwarf Castle is just one of those locations that you forget about because you're like, well, I don't have quite enough levels yet, I'm going to check my freebie, and then you just don't.
It's like, I think I could take it, but, I don't know. We'll see. And I totally forget who was sitting. You can, like, there's certain bosses where they interact with other boss locations. If I was paying attention at Tower Zod, I could tell you who is the second boss in, of course, Son of Bahamut. Who's the second boss in that pair of fights, but, memory is hard, okay? I forget those things. Oh, do I be a cheeky brat? Yeah, I do.
I mean, better do it now than have to come down here for a 4th time.
Yeah. So this is honestly one of my favorite checks in Supermarket Sweep. It's annoying, it's out of the way, it's not optimal, but I know people will not immediately want to go to it. On the flip side, when you actually get to see the key item that you're fighting for before you actually fight the boss. And it's pretty much the only spot, well, one of 2 spots. You get that for the crystal room in Ordeals. I like going here because, yeah, if I just need the Baron Key. So if I come down here and I see the Baron Key, I know I'm in business. If I don't see the Baron Key, then I know I don't need to fight anything. I can just go home, go somewhere else, check Sheila 2, check Baronin, go to Dwarf Castle, look elsewhere.
Well, and we don't have any more leading key items, do we?
No, we do not. So we are quickly winding down on places to check, and no chains, thank goodness. In a way, it's kind of good that there's no chain, but that just means we have to go to more spots, annoyingly enough. So, I was hoping. Well, that is a reset.
Yep, we know we don't need that sand ruby. There is absolutely nothing that can do for us. We are taking this party to Fu. or not Fu, to Zeromus. So back up we go.
I might swap out for one of the Poroms, use it as an anchor, just as a safety valve, as I destroy a corner of the Fabul Castle wall.
Yeah, they don't need that corner. It's fine.
Yeah, it's totally fine. It was it needed remodeling. They'll fix it in post. It's totally cool.
That's where that whole gauntlet thing invaded. So obviously they had a problem in that quadrant of the castle. So you're doing them a favor.
Yeah, I do a lot of health and safety in my real life job. So that's not what I was looking for, but we'll take it. So
about that vanilla.
Disclaimer, if Commander Leonhardt's in chat, I am still going to taunt you incessantly. This is Vanilla Baron. This would be my comeuppance, that it totally is. So yeah, that Darkness Crystal would give us access to the moon, but it is a couple minute cutscene that I just don't have time for in my life. Actually, no, let's...
If you want that Porum, you're gonna have to put that cutscene in your life.
That's a valid point. Yeah. That's a thing that exists.
Conveniently, there's a character here and a character in Baron. So
Right?
you got two more chances, and hey, there's a Palom. That'll work too.
And this is the boss you want to see in the rudest of locations, because this boss is the freest of free, and this is kind of the freest spot in the game. So yeah, my comeuppance is about to start right now. Ooh, we have sushi. I didn't realize this was a sushi bar. I'm okay with this.
And also, just to go over real quick, I know that the fight is just about over, but all of the pretty palettes for the characters, they're all redone from vanilla. And Scala Kitty, the fantastic art director, if you will, for Free Enterprise, does all of those palettes custom, and they are fantastic.
There are a total of 12 different palettes for every character, plus their original palette.
Yeah, and you will find that a couple of them are themed. Everyone has their specific favorites here and there. Yeah, on the bright side, that was not vanilla. On the downside, that was if this wasn't a race, I would lose because I fade dwarf like it's going out of style. Oops. But we know where our Baron key is. So shout out to 17S17. I think what can we discuss here? Since we are fighting Dr. Dialogue. I'd say we could start, since we're getting close to the end, and I might actually, God forbid, do a grind or two. We could talk about the other really cool feature that's going to be coming up with the Z Sprite, because that's a unique thing to Free Enterprise.
Well, you see, nobody wants to see Zeromus at Antlion, other than me, because I am an agent of chaos. Because he's too big, he's too bad, he would just be too much of a problem anywhere else. But Zeromus loves to cosplay. Loves to cosplay. And he has got so many different outfits that he can cosplay as. I believe it's like 528.
It's a lot.
It's lots. And we are going to see a never-before-seen Zeromus cosplay today.
And I am excited because of the song. It gets me thinking.
Oh, apparently there's over 550 now. We've added a few since the last time I heard a number.
That's a lot.
That is a lot, and it's amazing. And actually, something that's I love about the community and the hard work that Scala puts in. there's a lot of people that have... Nope, bye.
But that's the best Rydia sprite.
Nope, nope, nope.
I hope these ghasts murder you.
Right? Same. I deserved that. So there are sprites that like players and members of the community have in the game for winning tournaments, for just being a generally awesome human being, for putting in a really good idea in our suggestion box, doing a lot of behind the scenes work for restreaming. And I say that because I think all three of us have a sprite of some kind in the game. I know because, yeah! We do, don't we?
Yep, Possum has the sprite he won for winning the tournament. You have the one from the last raffle, and I have one from the Fabul Gauntlet raffle.
Yeah, I'm actually fortunate enough to have two of them. One from winning a raffle and one from winning a tournament. So
also, Possum,
you can get multiple.
Would you like to tell them about the song of your people?
Poison Walk, yes. Well, I mean, the true song of my people is Poison Stairs, but we're banned from ever having that be a thing.
Yeah,
but the
true.
Poison Walk, which other folks may consider like, hey, why are you not answering your telephone? Or whatever the walk is, it's a fantastic song that kind of just plays while you're walking while poisoned. Why it does that, why they made it like that in the original game, I can't tell you. But boy, does it have a unique sound.
Oh, it never leaves your brain no matter what, annoyingly. It's great.
There's two types of people in this community. There's the ones that think Poison Walk and Poison Stairs are wonderful, and there's those who want to hurt the ones that think Poison Walk and Poison Stairs are wonderful.
It's great! I don't know what you're talking about!
I am team no Poison Walk.
I'm team I healed up, just so I can watch them all lose their health again. Because we are effectively at the end.
And you may be wondering, if you've played this game in the past, well, hey, shouldn't the screen be making awful things? One very huge quality of life addition that was added very early into the game was turning off flash effects.
Right there.
That, don't you do it, don't you do it.
Oh no, I was just showing the feature. Oh god, no.
But yes, you can turn off flash effects, which turns off like the flashing from different animations, the awfulness of Poison Walk, the bright flashes from walking on the damage tiles in the two caves underground, which is great for anyone who has any sort of visual sensitivities. I love it for a lot of things.
Yeah, it's... As soon as I found that feature, I was like, oh, yes, please, thank you. Desperately need this. Because yeah, I'll get migraines on a few different effects, and just having the ability to turn that off is fantastic. My goodness. So it's like people care about the community and the people part of the community. What a crazy random happenstance. Also, Edge, if you could like not miss Palom again, that would be really nice of you. Don't be plagued. Don't be plagued. Acceptable. Okay.
Now, typically, you would see this wyvern and go, oh gosh, I'm going to die.
Cecil's probably going to. Or not. I lied. JK.
But we turned off, there's a flag that you can turn on or off called wyvern. So this basically turns off that opening Mega Nuke.
And if you really want to have fun, there's a flag called Witchburn, which will pull a random attack from any enemy in the game, including things like Tongue and Maelstrom, Like, all sorts of cool stuff will be pulled, and you can have a wyvern that can turn you to stone, can charm you, can cast white, 100 different things. Oh, what's your favorite boss?
No!
Or, my favorite, he can retreat.
Yep.
I love that. Stupid, one-eyed, green, flappy ball of button teeth. I really don't like Plague. Look, I have a bad...
That's how you really feel.
I have a bad habit of just rolling Plague in spots that are surprisingly cheeky rude. Okay? I don't like it. I hate it. Hate it.
Back attack spot on our deals is probably one of the scariest places for that Plague.
Mm-hmm. Except it counts backwards, which is really cool. There's a couple bosses, Odin, Karate, that at the back attack spot, the game doesn't know how to handle their moves, so it kind of flips them in confusion. Shout out to Boko, and we're just gonna assume Sleeping Golbez?
Zemus, I think.
Oh yes, it is Zemus. For stopping the wall from collapsing on us. This will be our pink tail, and we are officially at 17 out of 17. So for those of you that have the 17 out of 17, yeah. That had to be done so I could go back in and actually fight the fight that we are required to fight, which is the Odin spot. But memes and 17 out of 17, so here we are. Oh, I love memeing. It's fun. But this spot is a summon spot, and if it is a magic user, it can get surprisingly rude. Especially... well, we'll see. Oh! Hey!
Antlion about to have a bad time.
Mm-hmm. I do, okay. Which, that's adorable. But no, this is fine. Antlion is a very physical fighter. I would appreciate it if Antlion did not attack the enemy or the character that is already hurting. That'd be nice. But, not really, it doesn't have magic at all, so it's just kind of gonna be there. It's gonna take a lot of darts and deal with it.
Now, that needle attack is magic based. So
that's probably why Cecil was like, ow, that hurt. Oh hey, an Avenger. Alright.
Don't you have 99 of those already?
Maybe I wanted another one. It's super
now our friendly is a second stack that has one, which is awful for your inventory.
Absolutely. But we're here for it. So now we have our crystal.
I'm curious though, does that Foo have an adamant armor on?
We're gonna find out. He's about to.
I was just surprised at how much that hit did to that Foo. I'm like,
right?
I know he's in the front row, but...
Okay, give that. You are still that.
And so what Asuka is doing here is she is looking at all of her characters, making sure they are equipped how she wants them. And also making sure that if anyone needs to be backroad, they are, making sure that their agility is in line, making sure also that her inventory is where she wants it, because this is the point of the game where, especially when you have had a Kane in your party, all of his iron gear just clutters your inventory and it just causes headaches. So
yes.
Just doing some final prep to get going here.
I think we're Baka Silk Web, blah 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 blah, Crystal Spots, Carrot's getting a little bit too much love there. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm a little on the reckless side when it comes to Z fights. I was gonna do a grind, but
You have a foo and 5 elements. You'll be fine.
I think I'm good. Like I said, I have borked 4 edges and a foo fight. But that was also a non-cursed foo, and things went sour really fast. Where's my moon veils, actually? Where are my moon veils? Thank you. Okay. So, at this point in time, you would start seeing some flags in chat. You'd see a flag with a Z and a question mark. You could see a flag with an XZ and a question mark. But they're all asking a very specific question. It's nap time.
It is nap time.
It is nap time. So all those sprites we talked about, you get one, and one only during the actual fight, but we don't know which one it is. And this is also a world premiere, which is why I'm hoping my hubris doesn't bite me in the butt for this.
Or we might be seeing this.
We might see this twice. Yes, yeah, we're fine. Yeah.
Is your edge back road, out of curiosity?
No, but he's going to be darting exhales.
Oh, okay. Then it don't matter.
Yeah. But the big question is... something, but... but in reality... go for you two.
Allie.
Well, I explained Z's cosplay, so you have to ask the question.
Okay. I'll ask the question. So we always have a question we ask in Free Enterprise, and that question, as the crystal will be tossed here shortly, is whose butt are we gonna kick this afternoon? And is it cute? And does it have a hat?
And it's a world
does it
premiere.
have a butt?
It is a world premiere by Jeff Crystal, right? Okay. Yep. It is a never-before-seen butt that I am so excited to see. As Callum is thinking very hard right now.
Erg.
It's in! Ah! I love it! Oh, that's so cool!
So I don't recognize this one, but I'm very sure Asuka does.
Yeah! This is id, essentially a facet, if you will, of the main character, Fei Fong Wong in Xenogears. And actually one of the villains with a really cool sprite, clearly also. Salute, Palom, you have done your service well. Oh, yeah, that looks so cool, look at it! Oh my gosh, that is fantastic! Xenocat and Scala, you two have completely outdone yourselves. As always, and that looks so cool! I'm a little hyped right now, don't mind me. Just a little bit. Yes, this is from Xenogears, FYI.
For those who haven't seen this fight before, you might be wondering, well, why are we throwing magic and bouncing it instead of just hitting the boss with it? Zeromus doesn't like it when you hit him with spells, and he basically hits you back with a nuke, which is bad.
Yeah. And yeah, he'll kind of do some massive damage. I try to avoid that bonus damage. I've also realized what I need to do. I didn't put the Stardust Rod on Fu, which is kind of an awkward situation. One that's going to be very easily fixed. Oh. Did we get a skip already?
Well, you are doing like 20,000 damage around.
Oh yeah, true. You're not wrong.
You would have triggered the refill, yes, but you're not like skipping phases or anything yet. I don't think, anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You've done a ton of damage.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's
Like,
SMS.
I should say,
that's
yeah.
why it's so cool.
And because of that, time is actually going to be soon. You'll hear a noise. It'll flash. Well, it won't flash, but it'll like crack and Z will start fading. But when that happens, that will be the end of the game. So it's kind of just at this point in a holding pattern, waiting for that to happen, and Rose is gonna try her best. Ooh. Here's where I get cheeky. Alright, Fu. Do not fail me. My buddy, my guy.
Yeah, Cecil always dodges enough rolls and then dodges Medio and you win. That's how this goes. It's fine.
It's fine. It's totally fine. That edge is...
You say that, and then you wipe to
and then
Zeramis and Medio
happens.
phase.
So it's probably just going to be Fu and Cecil alive, unless I get really lucky. This is fine. Ish. Yeah, it's fine. You in a black hole? It's not going to matter, because Cecil has the Avenger Sword, so... Cecil is just going to be doing Cecil things right now, and hitting for 5k a pop. I'm just going to fill up Fu's tanks, and, then let him do Fu things. Probably bring back Edge. Oh no, that's Medio. Yep. So Medio, we're almost at the end. That is, Z has less than 12,000 HP left, so time is right now. Yep, that's it. No, that would be time right there. So yeah, at that point it's just kind of a waiting game for Cecil to go burr. And see, y'all, I sometimes keep Crystal Sword, or 99 of them. It works.
Well, you didn't buy any whistles, so you couldn't give it to that chocobo in front of Z.
Here's the thing. I can very easily... I still have to do the last little meme that we can do, which is we go to the harp after we've beaten the game, and I have a trash bin, so I gotta tidy up things. So I can just put them in there. It works. But yeah, that is Final Fantasy IV for Enterprise, a variant of the Supermarket Sweep Flag sets that I love playing. We got to show off literally just about everything you can check out in terms of the locations. An absolute banger of a song and a banger of a Z sprite. Xenogears. It makes me so happy. I kind of want to turn on my record player and start listening to it. Because, yeah, that was awesome. But the last little thing that I was kind of alluding to with the harp is, say you got through a flag set and you weren't able to check harp, or in some people's cases they faded harp, they didn't go to check, or they just chose not to. As soon as you see this screen, you can actually reset out of the game and go to Troya Castle to listen to the harp song. So as I do that, if Possum, Allie, you want to give some shout-outs, some love, all that goodness, go for it. Or any other last little bits and pieces you want to talk about.
Just huge shout-outs to Lady Arcaders, for having you on and for allowing myself to be one of the co-commentators for this. Always an honor to be able to bring Free Enterprise to more folks, and hope that they enjoyed what they saw from a wonderful runner in Asuka.
And of course, a shout out to Asuka, a great community member, does so much behind the scenes, does a ton of restreaming, runs the Puff group, which is such an amazing thing. She's just a wonderful person. I'm glad to say that she's a friend. So yeah, definitely give her a follow, come hang out. And if you want to experience Free Enterprise for yourself, join the Discord. We've got so many resources to help new runners, You don't have to race it. You don't have to be a racer. You could pick just flag sets that are long and grindy, or you can pick quick flag sets that are easy and fun. But just come join. It's a wonderful community. It's the best group of people that I could have ever asked to have met.
Yeah. And again, shout out to Possumorpheus and Allisele, twitch.tv/Possumorpheus, twitch.tv/Allisele. Give them likes, loves, and follows. They're both wonderful admins or workshop helpers. Yeah, they're leaders of the community in their own right. They're amazing people. To Xenocat for that amazing harp rendition of One Who's Torn Apart from Xenogears. All the work that she does with all these amazing harp songs. Scala does pretty much everything. Let's real talk this. She does so much behind the scenes. Does the Z sprites, does the character palettes. Everyone's just really, really good. And the community itself, I've been in a lot of different speedrunning communities, and it's hard to find one as welcoming to pretty much everybody. It's a rarity, and it's a good. All the people in there are good. They're all goods. I'm chaotic neutral, but that's just me, because I like chaos and fun. But it's a great place to hang out, to learn a new thing. This flag set, it's just fun to pick up and play. 100%. It's really easy to learn, and people want to teach you if you so desire. There's so many people willing to help. We have a group of sages that know everything about the game. It's terrifying. Possum being on there as well. And of course, I'll shout out again, Possum being the current reigning tournament champion, FYI. So he's really good at this, in case you couldn't tell. But yeah, thanks to Lady Arcaders, I should say you can find me twitch.tv/Asuka424. I stream, I meme, I do all that good stuff. All you're good people, and don't ever change.